Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial on monitoring the system performance using Linux commands. I am Chyna Vivero and today I will guide you through a series of essential commands that help analyze the system load, memory usage, disk space, network performance, and more. We'll be using an Ubuntu FTP server installed on our VirtualBox for this demonstration. So let's get started. Before we begin checking the system performance, we first need to start the Ubuntu inside the VirtualBox. And here's how you do it. First, open the VirtualBox application on your computer and you click on the Ubuntu server we have set up, and you can proceed to clicking the start button to boot the virtual machine. Again, there's more and more waiting for this. So once that the system boots up, you can enter your username and your password. And now that we have Ubuntu up and running, let's begin monitoring the system performance. The first thing we need to check is the system load, which tells us how busy our server is, and to do this, we use the uptime command. So let's run it. So the output shows three important pieces of information: the time since the system started, the number of users currently logged in, and the system load average for the last 1, 5, and 15 minutes. And the load average indicates how many processes are waiting for CPU time. And if the value is above 1.0 per CPU core, it means the system might be overloaded. And next, we will monitor the system's activities in real time using the command top. Top commands provides a dynamic and continuously updating view of the system, displaying the essential details such as the system uptime, which displays how long the system has been running. The number of tasks shows the total processes, including the running, the sleeping, and zombie processes, and the CPU usage, which displays the usage percentage by system, user, and idle time, the memory usage, which provides details on total, use, and available RAM and swap memory, and activity processes, which lists the running processes and their resource consumption. Here we see details about running processes, the CPU usage, the memory consumption, and the system uptime. The key columns include the PID or the process ID, the user or the owner of the process, and the percentage CPU or the CPU usage percentage, then the memory usage percentage, and the command that launch the process. So to navigate the top command, we can just simply press the key Q to exit, or press Shift M to sort by memory usage, and press Shift P to sort by CPU usage. Now for a more detailed and user-friendly view, we can use the htop command. If you haven't installed it yet, just run this command first: sudo apt or apt install htop. Now let's run the htop. H, just type the htop. This command provides a color-coded interactive interface. The CPU and memory usage are displayed as bars, making it easier to visualize the system performance. You can just scroll down through the list to find the most resource-intensive processes. And again, to exit, just simply press Q. To monitor the detailed CPU activity, we use the mpstat command. If it's not installed yet, again, you can just simply type sudo apt install sysstat, then run the command. So let's understand the output. There is a percentage USR, which means that the percentage of the CPU used by the user processes, the percentage nice, which means the CPU usage by user processes with a positive nice value or low priority, the percentage cis, which means the CPU usage by system or the kernel processes, and the percentage IO wait or the time spent waiting for input or output operations to complete, the percentage IRQ, the time spent handling hardware interrupts, and the percentage soft, which means the time spent handling software interrupts, and the percentage steal, which means the time stolen by the hypervisor for other virtual machines, and the percentage guess, which means the CPU usage by guess virtual machines, and the percentage idle, which means the percentage of CPU that is not in use. And to interpret the data you see on the screen, a high percentage idle value like 89 or above means the CPU is mostly idle and has plenty of processing power available. And a low percentage idle idle value indicates that the CPU is under heavy load, and a high percentage input-output weight value suggests that system is waiting on disk or network input-output, which may indicate storage performance issues. For per core CPU usage, we can use the mpstat hyphen p all with caps lock. Now, to check the available memory, we use the free command with the hyphen "h" option to make the output more readable. Free hyphen "h". And to understand the output, the total means the total installed RAM. The use means the memory currently in use. The free means the completely unused memory. That's why it's called free. The shared, which means the memory shared between the processes. The buff or cache, which means the memory used for buffering and caching to improve the performance. And the available, which means the memory available for new applications. And to interpret those, no, a high available value means plenty of RAM is free for applications. A low available value suggests memory is running low and swap may be used soon. The buffer or the cache memory helps improve performance but is freed when applications need RAM. And To monitor memory usage continuously, we can use the command watch -n one free -h, and then just use Control C, and this will stop the command and return you to the normal terminal prompt. Next, we use vmstat to view overall memory and CPU statistics. vmstat. The output includes procs, meaning the number of processing waiting for CPU, memory, meaning the details of memory usage, swap, meaning the information about swap usage, I/O, meaning the input-output operations, and the CPU, meaning the CPU activity statistic. Next, to check how much this space is used on our Ubuntu VirtualBox system, we will use the df command. And let's start by running df space -h. This command displays all mounted file systems along with their total, use, and available space. The -h option makes the output easier to read by showing sizes in MB or gigabyte. And look for the partition where Ubuntu is installed. It's usually it's usually seen in dev/sda1. And if we want to analyze the disk usage of a specific directory, we use the du or do command for this. For example, let's check the size of the home directory. We use du space the -sh and this. And this command shows the total size of the home directory, and you can replace this symbol with any other directory such as varlog or to check its disk usage. Now, if we need to free up space, the ncdu command provides an easy way to identify large files and directories. First, let's install it if it's necessary. Sudo apt install ncdu. Now, let's run the command to analyze this usage. Sudo ncdu space /. This command scans the root directory and displays an interactive list of files and directories. It is sorted by size. Now, how do we use the ncdu? We can navigate using the arrow keys or press enter to explore subdirectories. Press delete, press D to delete unnecessary files. Press Q again to exit. And this tool makes it easier to identify large files for archival or deletion, helping to free up this space efficiently. Now, to check network performance and analyze active connections, we use the iftop command. And again, if it's not installed yet, install it first using sudo apt install iftop. Now run sudo iftop. Now this tool provides a real-time view of network traffic. showing key details such as the source IP or the system sending data, the destination IP, the or the system receiving the data, and the bandwidth usage or the amount of data being transferred between connections. And if top is useful for identifying which processes or connections are consuming the most bandwidth. Now, if you want to monitor overall network bandwidth using instead of analyzing specific connections, you can use nload. First, again, install it if not yet installed. You can use sudo apt install nload or nload. Then you can now run nload. Now, nload provides a graphical display of incoming and outgoing traffic, showing the current bandwidth usage or the bit, the average minimum and maximum traffic rates, and the total data being transferred. Unlike IFTOP, nload does not show individual connection but is great for tracking the overall network activity trends. And choosing the right tool, you can use IFTAP if you need to analyze which specific connections are using bandwidth. You can use nload if you just want to see the overall network traffic in a simple graphical format. Now, this is useful for identifying high network usage processes. Now, that's it for today's tutorial. We covered how to monitor the system performance using essential Linux commands in Ubuntu. By understanding these tools, you can keep your FTP server running efficiently. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. And see you in the next tutorial.